The time where I almost died drowning under a log. So it was the summertime, and me and my family had the idea of tubing down like a little river, for a few hours and stuff. And we didn't think it would be actually a few hours. It ended up actually being a few hours, though. We thought it was going to be like an hour. Um, but we got there right. And we all hooked up. We all had a partner to go with just in case one of us was in trouble or something. But we didn't think the river was going to be that aggressive and that tough. This is kind of a shorter story, so if it's a little shorter of a video, I understand why. You'll understand why. Um, but anyway, so we get there right, and we go down the river, and we start down the river, and we don't think it's gonna be that bad of a river, and it isn't at the start, but it ends up turning into a really rough wild water rafting adventure. We're in inner tubes with no protection at all, other than the tubes, on our bodies, and what happens is like you can't even we couldn't even put our feet on the bottom of the river because of how many tree stumps, branches, rocks, and everything else that were stuck down there. You couldn't put your feet down there because it would just scrape it up, and then you get water in the blood, and then that screws everything up, and you don't want that. So we had to like have our feet up the entire time. We'd have our feet up the entire time, and it was so bad. It was so bad. But anyway, the partner I was hooked up with, my mom, she's a legend. Um, we hooked up together and we were going down the river and stuff. And it wasn't, I mean, guess it wasn't horrible except for the stuff on the bottom of the river for a while. And then we hit this bad section, right? And this is where the story's gonna hit a climactic part right here, is because we got to this tree branch. There was this large log, and water was going under it, and it accelerated under it, and then it came back out. Well, I got caught in a current, and I was going under this log, and I was literally if there was like my mom and like two other people. They were holding on to my tube, and they were holding on to me so that I wouldn't go under the log. So if I go under the log and I get pinned under there, I'm not coming. I'm either coming out with a lot of with severe injuries, or I'm coming out dead, or I'm not coming out at all and I'm dying. So we did. We fought the current and we beat the current and we got out, and then we continued along down the river. I just want to like say it was like wild, and there was like more. There was waves, there was currents, and there was more branches, and there was everything. And so we had to use all the manpower, body power we had to avoid it, because there was other people who were tubing down this river and stuff. Well, it's not like we were the only ones. It's like this was a very fun public place to go down. It's not like it was a private area where you're not supposed to go and stuff because of wild animals and stuff. No, it was a public area. But anyway, we go down, and we finally, after the rapids and stuff, we go under this tunnel. Once we get past the tunnel, that's when it got calm again until the end. And except for the branches and stuff on the bottom. So I take off. I'm done. I let go from my mom. I'm like, I'm done. I'm taking off to the end. I want to be done. So I think I was one of the first people. I think we were one of the first people done. Um, and what ends up happening is, you have to time it, because if you don't get over in time, you miss the exit and you go out into the lake, which is just like you go down and you make a right and there's the lake. So you don't want to do that. You want to time it. So I did fine. I timed it perfectly, almost perfectly, and I got out. And I could barely. And we had been in that thing. We had been in that river. It was either 2.5 or 3.5 hours with no breaks. And I finally get out of the water, and my legs have been submerged in the water the entire time. They have not gotten out at all. We get out, and I could barely stand. I almost fall right back in. It was such a weird feeling. I didn't know my muscles were dead. My leg muscles were literally dead from that incident, and it was bad. It was bad. Um, what I learned later is that my grandpa, who finished after me, got out of the water and fell right back in, which I thought was pretty funny. Um, But I mean, I was muscle dead after that, but I got out right off, and we went to a nearby beach, swam there for a little bit, and then we went back to the house and swam more, because they live right on the lake and stuff, and we had a fun time. But it was just traumatizing. It wasn't traumatizing, I guess. It was pretty traumatizing. But it was a death-defying experience that I'll never forget. And while it was a shorter story, and while I don't remember all the details and all the stuff compared to some of the other stories I have, I thought it was a cool story that I could share with you guys. And just a little awareness to be careful when tubing and make sure you always have a partner. Because if I didn't have a partner there and there weren't any other people there, if I didn't have a partner, then there wouldn't have been anybody to know that I was going to get stuck under that log and I probably would have died or had severe injuries. So you don't want that. You don't want that. So always go with a partner and always be safe and always know the layout of the river beforehand. And so you can plan accordingly with protection or whatever. So yeah, that's it. Thank you guys for watching and goodbye.